Hey, what's up, world history? This is Mr. View, and today we got a PowerPoint. It's chapter 22, section 3. We won't do section 4 until tomorrow, but here's section 3, if you will. And it's not truly just all academic, if you know what I'm talking about. So here's the first slide. Which of the following is the largest? A peanut, an elephant, the moon, or a kettle? I wouldn't be this lady. Anyway, women back then were smarter than her. Middle-class women did have to work most of the times, especially like even the lower-class women. We talked about how they were mistreated in factories and things like that, but a lot of the times, middle-class and lower-class women had to work. Widows were not supposed to remarry if they were middle-class or rich. So once their husband had died or whatever, they were not supposed to remarry. They wore corsets, 18 to 20-inch waist, and I'm going to show you a picture of a corset here in a minute. So it was really weird that they had to really tighten in their stomachs and have that hourglass figure. They supported the temperance movement, and the temperance movement is basically no alcohol. And they wanted women's suffrage. And you say, what? They wanted women to suffer? No, not that type of suffrage. Women suffrage means the right to vote. So they really were pushing for the right to vote for women, and obviously, rightfully so. Here are pictures of the corsets, right? Eek. Yeah, you had to really push and strain and pull those things at the back there to make sure you got it tight enough and all that. Here's the temperance movement. Nope. Alcohol, no booze. Here's a guy that's really pretty. Mullet. It's always nice to know you're better than someone. Although mullets are coming back, baby. Just like me in high school, they're awesome. However, this probably will never come back. Stupid haircuts for stupid people. Ooh. Eek. I don't think I want that haircut. Science, we talked about some of the big advances in science, and especially, with inventions and things like that. But Mendeleev grouped the elements into a table, which became the basis for the periodic table. And I'm sure that you guys have heard about this guy in the past. This is his table, right? The periodic table of elements, and some of you probably hate that guy a lot. Yeah. Anyway, Charles Darwin came around, and he was a super, super controversial person, right? He writes this book on the origin of species, in which he talks about evolution, and basically evolution, knowing that, we came from the ground basically and evolved up and up and up and over millions of years. We evolved into eventually humans. It also highlighted natural selection, which is survival of the fittest, right? Natural selection means that the strong survive. Christians did not accept Darwin's theories, and some people changed his ideas or beliefs into social Darwinism, which was used by racists and rich guys. This basically said that because certain people were smarter or had more money, they had the right to devour the poor. So it was used for bad purposes in some instances. Thinking back in history, a guy like Hitler was a social Darwinist in the sense that he thought that the Aryan race was the most superior, and so they could do whatever they wanted. Back to this natural selection stuff. I've talked about how the strongest survived, but also the strongest traits survived. And I'm sure that Mr. Withers has talked to you about natural selection and how giraffes with longer necks could get more leaves and would therefore survive better than a giraffe with little necks, right? Or animals that were naturally camouflaged survived versus animals that were not naturally camouflaged. And so those traits were passed down to their children, if you will, and they passed them along as they went on. And those other people that didn't have that natural camouflage or didn't have that long neck, those animals died out. So what we are left with is the strongest. And once again, those social Darwinists took that idea and ran. They believed that the strongest survived. So whether it was a strong business overwhelming a weak business, or a strong group of people overwhelming a weak group of people, they thought that was socially acceptable based on natural selection and the strongest surviving. So that is all of the lecture for today. There's Darwin's theory of evolution. And there's his idea of natural selection with that longer neck giraffe getting all the leaves. Ooh. Anyway, make sure you do your assignment today and you keep checking in. Tomorrow will be the last lecture of this unit, and we will get to our bigger projects. So have a great day, and talk to you soon. Bye.